Hey everybody, welcome back to the Podcast Daily. It is Freaky Friday, and we're going to get a freaky athlete in here to celebrate it. It's Tanner McCalister. That's Bill Landis over there. He's a freaky athlete himself.
But I was like 8 maybe.
And then I'm just Austin Ward. So we're getting Tanner fresh off of a mini pro day.
Right.
What was the thought process between having one of those in here?
Right. Yeah. It was definitely fun to be back here, man. I was training in Fort Myers, Florida at H3 Performance. So, I was there pretty much for, 2.5 months. So I came back last week, wanted to get back in the facility, get back used to everything, Coach Mick. So I've been training with Coach AT, and being a week out from pro day, he thought it'd be a good idea to see where we at base numbers. So it was a really good day today. I feel real confident, going into next week. Try to get my legs back under me. I'm a little tired. I didn't know, all these drills and stuff are gonna be that tiring. So, but I'm definitely feel prepared, man. It was a great day today. Being back with the guys like Cam Brown, Mitch Rossi. Jerron Cage and Teron Vincent. So I'm glad to be back.
Well, let's not beat around the bush here. You kind of stole the mini pro day show with your bench press, and I said I didn't know you had that in you.
Right.
22 reps on the bench.
Right.
If you replicate that next Wednesday, whoo, buddy.
Yeah. No, definitely. I knew I was always stronger. My upper body. I'm strong in my legs as well, but. It's kind of hard to show it when I play nickel, so I'm doing a lot of covering. So, maybe you can jam a guy real hard, but if you watch my tape, I come down and I make tackles pretty aggressively. I'm chopping legs down and hitting bigger guys. So I've always been a stronger guy, but being able to show it, at the pro day next week, it's gonna be fun, man. And hopefully I can add one more. I think I can get 23. So that's gonna be my goal: 23 reps on the bench. I don't know where that'll rank me from the combine guys, but hopefully.
Not sure there were a lot of DBs putting up 23.
I don't think so. I don't want to put out your 40 time because it doesn't. It was good.
Right.
And the way people here reacted to it, it was good. How did the way you ran today stack up to how you hope to perform?
Right. Yeah. It's definitely right where I want to be. I'll say the 4.4 range. Let you do it. Yeah, the 4.4 range is where I want to be today. We had layers out and I ran 4.45, so that's right where I want to be. Just in that 4.4 range. I know there's probably some questions, at least from some scouts. Hey, how can this guy run? So I just got to go improve that. That's what the pro days and combines are for. Guys just kind of check boxes. Hey, yes, he can run. He's quick. He's strong. So I plan to check all those boxes next week. And today, like I said, today was a great day for me just to have that confidence, knowing I got the ability to do it. So
did you as you entered this process? Did you expect to get a combine invite? And then if so, how did you kind of reassess after not going to Indianapolis?
Yeah, yes, sir. I definitely expected in 1-on-1. Obviously, I feel like any athlete that is declaring play at a school like Ohio State and Oklahoma State, has 5 years of production. He wants a combine invite. So definitely 1-on-1. So once I realized, hey man, I'm not getting the combine invite, I knew I had to maximize next Wednesday. So I went right back to training. And started really eyeing in on March 22nd, which is when our pro day is. So that's when I had to show my abilities because I didn't get the opportunity in the Indy. So. It's a lot that goes into, the 300 plus guys that get invited. So me not being one is not, the end of my role. And just like, being undrafted or being a late round pick is the end of your role. So, got to just keep progressing. I've been training really hard, getting ready for pro day and the workouts that may come after that. So I'm prepared and I'm ready.
I'll take it further. I think that I've been covering the combine now in Ohio State for 11 years. Guys who've played as much football as you and Teron, who have, are going to get interest from NFL teams. That's a no-brainer for the combine to have them. So certainly very surprised again. But as you said, that's a little bit of a setback, but it's not the only way to get there. Right. Have there been other ways for teams to reach out or contact you or anything that you've been able to do ahead of next Wednesday?
Right. Yep. I definitely, I had the opportunity to play in the Hula Bowl, which was an all-star game early in January. So I was able to meet with 21 teams. Just having meetings in the hotel, asking me about, film, we watching film, asking me just about how I grew up, the basic questions, just trying to check those boxes, trying to get to know me, make sure I don't have any, prior convictions, whatever the case may be. you know how that process goes. So that was a great opportunity for me just to get in front of those teams, and they actually got to see me practice and, play in a little game, kind of toned down game. So that was a good opportunity. And then, there's some meetings set up for the day before pro day, and I believe the day after pro day. And then, I'll go to where I'm from, Dallas, the Cowboys. I'll be going to, they have like a Dallas day, just meeting with them on the 31st. And I may do, I'll probably do some DB work with them as well. So, it's definitely, waiting for some more calls. But yeah, I definitely have some meetings set up just to, for teams to do whatever they want to do, whether it's film or just get to know me more. So I'm excited for that.
Good. How do you approach Tanner? Like you're at a pro day setting or the combine you're talking about in Dallas or at the Hula Bowl, and you want to put your best foot forward. You only get so many shots to impress these people, but at the same time, you don't want to like overdo it and then kind of work yourself into mistakes. So kind of how do you balance those two?
Right. Yep. I definitely think in the game of football, you got to have controlled aggression. So I kind of approach that the same way. I mean, you don't want to go out there and you're trying to impress, but you're straining so hard to where you make mistakes. So, and I think I played a lot of football in college level. I don't know what my career snaps are, but I played a lot of football. So over the years, being from a freshman to now, entering this process, I've learned how to have that controlled aggression. So, going to the Hula Bowl, doing one-on-ones, all that, whatever those guys want to see. I know how to conduct myself in a practice facility. I know how to conduct myself in a competitive situation. So, I mean, I take it the same way in the meetings, take it the same way, at all-star games or workouts, whatever. So I'm going to take it the same way pro day. Just have that controlled aggression, come out here and do the best that with the ability God gave me. So.
Berm likes to tell me, we've been going through this process and covering Cam, and when we were at the combines, like a lot of the Ohio State media shows up there, and all they ask about are like, well, who are the next guys coming back? Right. Like, we want to talk about the team, like because we're a crazy media horde. And he said, well, they don't care anymore. Yeah. They're trying to get to the NFL.
That's not true.
There we go.
Yeah, that's not true.
Thank you.
I'm definitely I'm always going to be tuned in to Ohio State. So, and obviously I played alongside a lot of great athletes that now about to shine even more than they did. So obviously Denzel Burke, you guys know about him. I think he'll have a great season this year. I think Lathan Ransom will have another great season. I mean, I've been seeing him since I've been back. Working out. He's in the film room. I've been chopping it up with him. Cam Martinez is a guy that I think he'll have a great season as well. I mean, a lot of guys, I'm sure a lot of guys know him, but not, really talked about. But I think he'll have a great season, and I don't want to miss anybody. I'm thinking about Jordan Hancock. Jordan Hancock's a guy. I like Ryan Turner, Jair Brown. I miss Sonny. Sonny's gonna be a great. But I mean, it's a lot of talent, man. It's a lot of talent. Obviously, about those guys on offense, but I think as Coach Knowles continues to press those guys. I mean, that was our first year last year, and despite the the way last season ended, I think we had a pretty decent year on defense. Obviously, not to the standard of Ohio State, but they're going to keep progressing. So I'm definitely going to be watching out for those guys. But yes, a lot of talent, a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things on that defense side of the ball. So I'm interested to see how Coach Knowles is going to use them. But I don't get paid to do his job. But I think he'll figure it out for sure.
How much did you feel like when you went from 1 year to the second year and playing with Coach Knowles? That
was important, man. I think just having that consistency. Obviously, when things are new, they're new. So it's kind of hard to get it down to a science. You know what I mean? So once you get that experience under the same coaches, that experience, with the same system, same play calls, you get more comfortable. So, you may want to take a risk, on a certain play because the risk reward or the outcome. So I think those guys are figuring out from D-line, linebackers all the way to the back end. So in spring ball, this is a great time for them to continue to figure it out, man. So, but yeah, definitely from year 1 to year 2 and 2 to 3. I mean, if you just go look at Oklahoma State from when he got there and on, I mean, we went from like the hundreds of defense to 50 to 10 to 3, I think. So, I mean, it's only going to get better. So I'm excited to see what those guys do that for sure.
We were talking to Coach Knowles last week, and he said last year was a lot about like installation, getting to know guys, how to coach them. And now he said this spring is about accountability, which to me means he's going to start coaching those guys harder. What is it like to be a defensive back in a Jim Knowles defense once he gets to the point where he's going to coach you pretty hard? Yeah, man,
it gets tough. I'll tell you that, it gets tough. I mean, being a DB, you already have a tough job, man. You got to cover guys like Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, I wouldn't say like him. He's kind of one-of-one, but you got a couple guys that are pretty good on the side of the ball. So, once Coach Knowles begins to coach him pretty hard, I mean, there's kind of a little margin for error, but it makes you a better player. It makes you more competitive. It brings the standard higher, and I think that's what everybody wants. I mean, even us athletes, we may not like it, but we know it's gonna make us a better football player. So that's why I have a lot of respect for Coach Knowles, because he may not always deliver his message in a way that's maybe kindly to you or maybe the way you want it, but it's always for your better interest. So he definitely the first year was more installation, getting to know guys what they can do, and on this Ohio State team, man, it's a lot of athletes. They can do a lot of different things, like your Sonny Styles, your Jack Sawyer. So you just got to figure out how to put them in the best position to help your defense, and I think he'll do that.
You know that defense like the back of your hand. You were in it for so long, 5 years, right? How much more is there that you all did not get into last year?
Right.
Like what do you think is still on the table for the defense going forward?
There's definitely still some on the table. I'm just thinking about some stuff for me personally, being a nickel. I mean, we got some blitzes and stuff that we didn't get to do, unfortunately for me. But it's a lot of different things that he can do on his defense that we didn't do. But I think again, it goes back to you got to look at his players, look at his roster, and the type of tools and athletes that he has, and see what can I do to put them in the best situation. So, like I said, he got. I don't know how much he's getting paid, but he's getting paid a lot to do that. And I know he'll figure it out. But I think he's just tapping the surface, man. And I know there's little Martin Farrer being a Buckeye, but I think he'll figure it out. I know he will.
Tanner, so Columbus was really only home for 14 months.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like a brief stay. But was there something here that you missed, like in the last 2 months?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I say being in the Woody, like the Woody, we're here and we go through a lot in the Woody, whether it's hard workouts where your body's broken down and you feel defeated, to laughing up with the guys upstairs eating. So you go through a lot of different emotions being here in the Woody that you don't realize until it's gone. So that's why I say I'm glad to be back, man. Just being able to enjoy this facility. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art facility, man. All types of recovery, all types of tools to make you a better athlete. So going away and then coming back, you definitely see it, man. The guys got it made. If they're watching, man, you guys got it made, man. So don't take it for granted, man. Being a Buckeye and being the Woody is great, man. So don't take it for granted, for sure.
Anything outside the Woody? Your favorite place to eat or something that you missed?
Man, that's a good question.
I know you eat a lot of meals in here too. So
yeah. I'll probably just say the Woody, but if I had to, that's a good question. If I had to give you a place, I'll probably say like Town Hall, something like that. I mean, that's a spot we went to a lot. So, but not the Woody, probably the biggest thing I met. Literally, when I landed, I think I came straight to the Woody. Yeah. You can find everything at the Woody, man. So, that most definitely.
Well, you can find Tanner McCalister in the Woody next Wednesday. Sure. It's going to be a show. Everyone's going to have their cameras on C.J. Stroud for good reason, but you won't want to miss this. The bench press was off the charts, the 40 times. If he can duplicate that, I think Tanner McCalister is going to probably just buy the podcast and be our boss. We'll see what happens there. But we appreciate him. It's been great, Tanner, getting to to get to know you over the last year and a half. We appreciate all your time and wish you the best of luck next week. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
For Bill Landis and Tanner McCalister, I'm Austin Ward. This has been the Podcast Daily for Friday. We'll talk to you next week.